1989, 3 years after the war, the world is still recovering from the destruction left behind by the Axis and Allies, and tries so hard to get itself back on track. Something like that will be an understatement in my line of work, where death and injustice never ends in war. My name is Alejandro De Silva, and I am America's greatest detective. After solving my latest case in Bokring, revolving around a theft case, which by itself was the easiest job I've have done since Cuba, Havana, I received a letter from an old friend of mine. I was, to my surprise, invited to attend a grand event in Madrid, celebrating the peace after World War II perhaps. Nevertheless, despite my fatigue and desperate need for a vacation, I decided to attend. I booked a ship in due course for Barcelona to use the Doha train station to make it to Al Corniche, where I will board the ship. It was a scheduled trip, planned properly for me to make it to the event in time. Never would I have expected, however, that I would find myself in such an encounter during my voyage, and it started in the train station.
Miss Yamaha told me about the song she played. She says it comes from her homeland.
Japan? It sounds sad. That one, I mean.
Yes, she said it was very personal for her. But she can handle it.
Mr. De Silva, was it? I'd like to talk to you. We met at the train.
Yes, I remember. What do you want?
A private conversation, if the lady wouldn't mind. So, Mr. De Silva, can I call you Alejandro?
Just Mr. De Silva. Only just me.
Well, you can call me Giovanni if you'd like. Anyways, I have a proposal for you if you're interested.
I'm supposed to be on vacation.
With how you dress, sir, I highly doubt that. But listen, I need your protection.
You are aware that there is a foolish woman who will not ask for her instead.
Not that kind of protection. Besides, she made it clear she was on vacation. I need your skills as a detective. There are people after me.
You know what?
No, but I swear I had done nothing wrong to deserve that. Have you heard of the West Bay Auction House? I used to be an employee there.
I heard it from high times. It did. Apparently, most of our profits have been scammed, and we were forced to shut down when we found out our customers was a very powerful individual.
And you're running from them as well. Are all of you on the run?
Just me and my assistant. Will you help me?
I'm afraid not. Something about that auction house tells me that you have a dark stain on that company. I'll check your offer.
It's part of my rights that I request protection from the authorities when I feel threatened.
But only if you would present evidence. And if the authority themselves consider it acceptable. So once again, I will check your offer.
I'll pay you $3,000 per day until we reach in Barcelona.
I'd rather farewell, Mr. Amstead.
fun in this place.
Music feels more lively when you have the weather to accompany it. It adds to the atmosphere.
I see. Miss Crane told me about that tune. It sounds like
It's a tragic song. I feel like the storm adds to it.
so. Does the song have a story on it?
I never took it for a music enthusiast, Mr. De Silva.
All detectives appreciate any form of knowledge, even the history of songs.
I suppose. Well, you should know that the song is very personal. And the story behind it, it doesn't really have other than the story I gave myself. The song is a tragic one, about a family during the hard times of war. A family of three and a half, a father, a pregnant mother, and a baby girl. It was a peaceful life for them until the day came when honor called father to war. The mother was left alone then, despite the pregnancy demanding her husband to stay. Alas, it was duty to country before blood. So the mother prayed for her husband's safety and continued to take care of her children as all mothers do. Then the war ended and the father returned home, but it was not the home he used to know. Bandits raided his home and kidnapped his child when his wife had been away. They were both distraught and sought all kinds of help. There was even a ransom on their child's head, which they managed to pay after help from the people. They searched high and low for the child until the day they finally found her dead. The mother broke under the news. It was enough to put her into labor with her unborn child. Both of them didn't survive the ordeal, and the people responsible were never found. The song, I believe, represents the father's sorrow over the loss of his wife and children, and a desire to bring them back what was taken from him. That future being with a happy family never could be in the end.
And what happened to him then?
The loss of his wife and child was too much for him. He took his own life days later.
A tragedy indeed.
Yes, the story for this song.
Sorry, you're not yourself, or one basically.
Murder on the Trinity. No, too flashy. Doubt the Duchess would like it.
Good day, Mr. Gregory. Working on the new story again.
Mr. De Silva, yes. It's about the events about to transpire tonight. I plan to cover it for the New York Times if you don't mind.
Not at all. But me and Miss Scarlett are wondering. Can we ask you a few questions?
Well, ask away then. Have a seat.
But that's time. Now then, Mr. Gregory, I'd like to ask you about the access to the ship. How did you manage to score a room within that Trinidad on the very first day of its grand opening?
That's simple. I was sent here from my boss to cover the Trinity's first voyage, as well as interview a few passengers about their experience. And then by chance, I happened to run into you in the main lobby, and I knew I just had to interview you personally.
Very well then. Now, may I ask you what you knew about the Trinity?
Just as much as you did, sir. Giovanni was an ex-employee that worked at the West Bay auction house before it fell to ruin. Not only that, but the man had a very filthy record as well. He was a very well-known conman, really. I'm surprised they'd come from here of all places.
They?
His enemies. I suspected he had a lot back in the day.
So, you recognize him? The man, when he got up? Why didn't you report him as soon as you saw him?
It all happened so fast. He already got in and settled himself by the time I realized who he was.
So you left him be?
That was all I could do. I mean, have you seen his face? If I had tried anything then, I would be the one lying here instead.
And it just so happens that here you stand, alive and well. Where were you during the time of the attack?
I was just here, working on the story when I heard the commotion outside. I went to check for myself. That was when I ran into Miss Lee and decided to check on it together. And then, you know the rest.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Gregory. I'll leave it to yourself. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Detective.
Waiting for divine redemption. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my son. O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is steadfast love. And with him is great power to redeem. It is who will redeem Israel for all the iniquities of the...
What are you doing here?
Pray for this man's soul. It will take a while before we get to the land and bury the body. So bless I him in the hopes that the Lord will still welcome him with open arms. It's the least I could do for him.
So, you knew the man?
Giovanni was, as I recalled, hearing from the Duchess, a man of many faces. A good man was not one of them.
So why pray for his soul? Others one on that.
God can forgive all souls. Even the worst lot can be cleansed under his light. He opens his arms to all who come seeking refuge.
Didn't seem like he was looking for refuge to me.
He was afraid, Miss Callie. He was one of the run from the very dangerous people. So he thought he could escape them by running away. But I believe the only way he could escape was to come to God for help.
What makes you think God could have done him?
Don't question the power of the Lord, Mr. De Silva. All souls are safe in his arms, even those who have stolen, cheated, and killed.
Wait, you mean to say Giovanni had killed before?
Like I said, he was a man of many faces. Are there any more questions, Detective?
Mr. Gregory claims that, accompanied him when you had the gunshot, decided to investigate together. Where were you before that?
I was in the main lobby, just returning to my cabin after the praying in the ship's chapel, when I heard a faint sound over the thunder. It sounded powerful though, so I felt concerned and came to check. That was when I ran into Connor and decided to check with him.
Were you afraid then?
Well, of course, I never expected to find Giovanni of all the people, dead on board. Even if I felt that he deserved to be punished for his sins, I never expected this.
Everything happens for a reason.
So you believe that he got what he deserved?
No, but I do believe his death will reveal to me a sin worse than his. Isn't it true, Miss Lee, that a sin cannot pay for another?
What are you saying, Mr. De Silva?
Nothing, just remembering a few words from God. But thank you for your time, Miss Lee. We will leave you to your business.
Well, I thought you were going to interview her too. What made you stop there?
I feel like we will be getting a direct answer from her. But the conversation was very interesting. I think you will also agree that Miss Lee is as holy as she claims to be.
I do. Mr. Donald, are you finished with getting Mr. Augustine tucked in bed?
Of course, the Duchess told me to do so.
And you make sure not to tamper with any of the evidence.
No, sir, I only wish to serve Her Majesty. Interfering with your work would be against her wish.
Scotty. This is a paper from the boss. I don't know. Let's check. Can you see this, Miss Scarlett? Yes. It's burning, but can you see this? Oh my god. Can you witness this?
That would explain her behavior. Are you going to question her again?
Depends. I could ask for another cell as well. But Miss Lee is a suspect after all.
I'll leave you to that. I have to head back into my quarters to note down everything we found so far. So good luck, detective.
You too, Maya.
Alejandro, I'm surprised to see you in this hour. So how was the interrogation? I'm sorry I wasn't present then. I had to remain in my quarters.
No need to explain. After the incident in your campus, I understand why you will want to stay out.
Thank you. So what can I help you with?
There was something I wanted to ask help you with.
Alejandro, you need to see this. I found Giovanni's assistant.
Thank you, Detective, and thank you, Miss Allen, for finding me.
What happened to you?
I don't know. It happened so fast. I remember looking through my boss's account when he went outside for a stroll. I was about to go check when the door flew open and I was ambushed by two, a man and a woman in masks. They overpowered me and tied me up. I couldn't do anything but scream. Then I knew I was thrown into one of those closets. I couldn't do anything but scream again to get attention. While you investigating, I was trying to scream so you could hear me, but luckily, Miss Khalid, she found me. She was able to hear me through the door.
Can you identify your attackers? What were they wearing?
I remember the large male in uniform, similar to one of the butlers. Then, the woman, I had no idea what she was wearing. It was like she stole several pieces of clothing and put them all in together.
I see. So that Butter is a suspect after all. As for the woman, well, I think she was.
I'll have to stay here to take care of Miss Campbell. If that's alright for you, Detective.
I'll come with you, Alejandro. I can help you with the interrogation.
Emily. Before we meet the rest of my suspects, I need you to take a quick look at this.
Latin. Interesting. Could it be the missionary who wrote this?
Yes, but I was wondering if you knew what it said.
When the roses pluck and the garden wither, the vines reach out to find the seed. A single tear from a well-known past. You have invoked the family's wrath. Now you walk like the sheep as we hunt for you to bring into the lion's keep.
Interesting. A lion and a rose? A well-known past.
Does it sound familiar to you?
Almost, but I find it too hard to believe. Do you remember?
Yes. But are you saying that this could be related to the Lancasters now? That Giovanni could be this blood Russo?
Yes, and yes. It turns out Giovanni's murder was more than just about the auction house. I'll need to question the rest of the suspects then. Maybe I'll find out more by the time I question them. Solomon, good day.
Ah, good to see you.
How's the garden?
Fine as usual. Her Majesty would be pleased. Why did you came here, Detective?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Is this about the murder?
Exactly. So where were you at the time of the incident?
I was standing with Her Majesty in her room, and then...
What did you have to say about the victim?
He was a strange one. That missionary lady even went quiet when she saw him on board. I knew then that there was something wrong with the man, from the way he walked to the way he stood straight.
You're saying the missionary went quiet. What was the look on her face like?
She looked shocked to say the least.
What did you have to say about the victim?
I could say he was a rude fellow. You saw him bump into me earlier. So, as you can see, I was booting the Duchess. I wasn't even sure if he was even invited in this place in the first place.
So did you get rid of her?
Dear Lord, of course not, I would never. The Duchess instructed me to get him off the ship, not actually dispose of him. I was going to remind him that he needed to be off once we reach our maiden voyage, but as you can see...
Miss Cullen and I turned up with some new evidence when it investigated the body again. There was a note placed in his coat. Will it be you who placed it there? Or did you miss it when I asked you for the autopsy?
I don't remember seeing any piece of paper then, Detective. It was just his white shirt, his suit and blood pouring from the wound. What makes you think it was me?
No reason, Miss Williams. I'm just doing my job. Because of the evidence I've gathered, I'd say you're one of the accomplices who committed the act.
What? How could it be me?
We found
Mrs. Camp. Good. How wonderful. Is she unharmed?
traumatized. But that's what I'm getting at. She claims she was attacked by two people during the man's death. One was a woman with strange clothing, and the other were similar uniform to yours.
Detective, I would never do such a thing.
Would you?
I swear.
Would you?
I swear to Her Majesty and God
Admit
Almighty.
it, Doleman. Admit it.
I didn't do such
You're
a
the
thing.
only one
I
who can do
swear.
this.
I
You're the
swear.
only one you can do this.
Get
Doleman.
off me, you barbarian.
Alejandro, stop! He looks so terrified. Leave the man alone. If he said he has nothing to do with it, then we should leave him be.
Admit it, old man. I had him in tracks, Emily. Just like what I did to Jennifer. If only you didn't interfere.
Listen to yourself. You don't even have enough evidence to prove that. It was them aside from the memory of one woman.
All I need is suppression, Emily. All I had to do was push the right buttons. I couldn't find something useful.
This pressure is breaking you, not them. Why is this man's murder so important to you? You were never like this before. Does this have something to do with the Lancaster case? Alejandro,
I need a rest. Good night. I want thinking to myself about the Lancasters testifying. That's not good to do such a thing. I'm able to get away from it. All people being with me. I think it was mine, forcing me to harm in sickness. I need to keep myself in check. Don't let this be so easy. I must keep going. If whatever they told me is true, then there's still be a chance for me to redeem myself to them. And I trust us.
Good morning. Have you found anything of use?
No. I've only managed to interrogate a few people before we left. But I did find something we could use.
Do tell me on the way. We must get our breakfast first. The Lancaster case? I never suspected something like that. Who do you think the killer is then? The Lancaster themselves?
Maybe. Perhaps there's associates as well. But enough of that now. Did you find anything last night?
I found one of the crewmen inspecting a missing lifeboat. They say someone cut it loose during the night and got away. They believe it was a stowaway.
but I think that it might have been our guy or gal.
That's impossible! You mean to say they got away?
I'm not sure, Detective.
They're playing with us. Trying to stall me again, but we'll get to them first. Come, Miss Khaled. We must meet our next suspect.
You requested a meeting, Detective.
Do you remember our conversation in the lobby, well before the time of the attack?
How could I forget? Why do you ask?
That story. It's about the Lancaster incident.
No, but I can see why you would say that. It does something.
The one you told me in your song.
Miss Yama, please, can you tell us anything you know about the murder?
Probably as much as you do, Miss Callie. Almost nothing but the tale behind the Lancaster. Why are you bringing this up, if I may ask?
The murder of Giovanni. It turns out his related extra the killer of France and Festa.
Russo? No, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time. Are you okay, Mr. Mata? I don't know. I think I need to rest. But for now, Detective, I'll see you.
But I still need to ask you a few more questions, please.
I'll come to you later, Alejandro. But now that the Russo got it coming, if I were you, I'd leave this case as it is.
Why would you say something like that? Do you know the man before?
No, but I'm sure you did before.
Miss Yama, if you're not feeling well, I can take you to the infirmary for a bit.
No, it's fine. I just need to stretch my legs, but I will come back for you, Detective. I hope it's alright.
I suppose. Maya, go accompany her for now. I'll go ahead.
Detective De Silva, have you come to make false accusations against me too?
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I was only doing my job.
And a terrible one at that. I must ask you, how goes the investigations?
We found several leads last night. And just recently, a missing lifeboat was reported by one of the women.
This benefits us how?
The carrier is running around circles. Either he or she is stalling until we reach land, within a few days, or they're simply waiting for their next victim.
Well, it's good to know you're catching up at least. Is that all?
Not really. I haven't asked you any questions yet.
You suspect me as the murderer? Great. First my butler and now this. Are you really sure you're doing your job?
How I handle my case is entirely my part, Your Majesty. Forgive me for asking such statements, but I can't help but remember how you were so close to the crime scene last night. If you do claim you were never involved, then a few questions wouldn't hurt.
Unless you plan on assaulting me like you did to Alfred.
It won't lead to that. It won't.
Really? It happened to two. My butler and Miss Williams. If you lay a hand on me, my people will come for you, and I cannot guarantee that you will leave this ship on board.
And I won't. I just asked for your cooperation.
And I'm giving it to you. I don't know anything about the case other than a low-life con man being murdered on my ship. Honestly, why can't you just give up the case, Mr. De Silva? Hand it over to that policewoman. She seemed to be handling this better than you are now.
I can't. Not when I have a hunch on who the murderer is. My hunch isn't wrong. That every single individual on this ship, the very people who I suspect, have something to do with this murder. But it just doesn't add up. How they, of all people, could get on this ship.
So that's what you're saying? I am an associate of theirs? Ha! You have really lost your mind, Mr. Detective. Leave this instant.
I never said
Leave
you were.
before I scream for help and my people come for me. Is that what you want, Detective? I am not in any way involved in the murder, and neither are any of my people. That is final. Now leave.
Press, Alejandro, let's. Please. Are you hurt anywhere else?
I don't think so, but I remember. Butler and the Duchess. They were the ones who did it.
Wait,
And the journalist too.
what are you talking about? Are you saying they're the criminals?
Yes. And if we can stop them from the side, that's for good.
No. Stay here. You need to rest. There's still time.
Did you not hear what I just said? They're out there and I want to run now. They know that I know they're responsible. We have to go.
And you need to listen to me. I've seen you beaten down when I came into your room. If it was the Duchess who made this happen, then you need to choose your battles. Don't kill yourself for this.
Alright, stay.
Better. Now go on and over. I'll go and see what else I can do to help. De Silva, are you okay? I heard you were attacked.
Yes, by the Duchess and her cronies. Who told you this? Emily?
What are you talking about?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say maybe Emily was working with them too.
That's wow. How does that even make sense?
It does to me, and explains why everyone looked like they were throwing me in an endless loop.
And if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were one of them too.
Are you sure you weren't hit in the head, Detective?
That facade, officer. We both know only you could have access to the weapon among our passengers. Gather, everyone. I think it's a time to put a stop on this game. I know everything.
There's no need to call everyone detective. We'll bring you right to them.
Duchess, everyone, it pleases me to see you all in one place. At last, after switching places and hiding in plain sight, I finally found our killer. 2 nights ago, a passenger on our ship was murdered in the hallways of La Trinidad. A single gunshot went through his chest and he was choked from behind to make his death a little more painful. From the autopsy given to me by Jennifer Williams, it suggested a quick death to our victim. That was done by someone was fast enough to pull the trigger and another to choke the life out of him. The murder weapon was a pistol stored within the ship. One that was not only small enough to hide and dispose of quickly, but strong enough to kill a grown man. And now that I have the chance to get a good look at their weapon of choice, its design looks very similar to the kind of pistol bestowed upon police officers. One who belonged to a higher rank, isn't it right, Miss Khaled? Aside from the weapon, a strange note was left behind in this crime scene. One that, to my suspicion, Jennifer happened to miss. Whether it is on purpose or by accident, I can say now, for it was written in Latin by Miss Lee and placed in Giovanni's jacket right before Mr. Doreman returned to him to his room. And I can say for sure that it was you because of your presence in this crime scene and your accuracy in the language.
How can you be sure of that? It could have been written by any one of us. You don't know anything about us.
But I do know all of you possess some sort of hatred to this man you killed. Riley, Alice, Jennifer, Maria, Alfred, Connor, and Emily. All of you. Giovanni Agustin, Ladresu, was a name you were all familiar with. But you, Miss Lee, you knew him better. So, it was clear that the murder was staged, planned by not one but many, committed by not all but two, a man and a woman. And I know exactly who they are now.
It was me. I was one of them. Please spare my majesty. She has done nothing wrong.
Enough with that. I know you're lying. I know that you're not the Duchess's butler. I know that outfit is a play, like everything you people have done up to this point.
So who's the woman?
The woman was you. From Miss Campus's description of this silence, the men, as I already stated, wore the same outfit as Mr. Dollyman, while you matched the woman, from what I've managed to find in our room. And that was it. The murder of Giovanni of Ladrusu was an act of you all. I had a hand in to part to play. Your Highness, I'm sure you know Giovanni's true identity. It was a very notorious one back at your home now.
He's made quite a name for himself. That much I can say.
And he was wanted dead for the crimes he committed, so it only made sense you would want to see it yourself.
I don't admit to that, but I can tell you none of this was my plan.
I know. And you, Miss Campbell, you knew who the man was right from the start. But you tag along in his schemes, starting from the very first day you started working for him in the auction house. But judging from your position now, and who you speak of him, I'd say you don't respect this man very much.
I don't respect him at all, not anymore.
Miss Khalid, I can also tell you knew who he was. Rusu was a well-known name internationally. But who was his other identity? Augustine, was it not? I wonder though, why did you agree to something like this, to see him murdered? The same goes for you, Connor. I have to admit, I've read the papers, and one of them, to my surprise, covered the story of the case of Rose Lancaster. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I wrote it myself.
Yes, and it was a story that you went on for several months, all the way to the day they found her body. It seems to me that this was a very personal to you.
It was. And I can say that it was for you too.
Miss Williams, I can't seem to find your place in all this. You have no relationship with Augustine and Rousseau, and I doubt any of your patients from your hospital died from his hand.
I tell you myself, since you managed to find out the others so quickly, I knew the Lancaster myself. I was a very close friend to one of them. So hearing the death of Rose was like hearing my own daughter has been killed. I knew what had done. Judge me all you want, but this was just as personal to me as it was the Lancasters.
It was, which makes sense if I told you all right now that the Lancasters are the real masterminds behind this. Isn't it right, Miss Klein?
And I thought our name had gone extinct.
The lines then, you expect me to believe there were no more Lancasters?
And you believe me to be another?
One of many, along with Alfred and Emily.
Very impressive, detective. You managed to figure us out. What gave it away?
Your positions during the murder. I found out that, unlike the others here, you three were very active during the murder. Miss Yamaha was found out at the hallway not too far from the murder, where you were playing peacefully to the sound of the storm and Lads' death. As for you two, Alfred choked Giovanni's neck while you, Emily, pulled the trigger.
We don't call you the greatest detective for nothing.
Yes, they really don't. So now what, detective? You have us figured out. But know that you stand in between us all. The very truth of the Russo's death will die with you right here.
Yes, but that won't happen. None of you will do that.
And why is that?
If anyone, you were going to kill me for going after the case. And if you would have already done it by now. Because just like you, all of you, I too had a history with this man. I tried to solve the Lancaster case not so long ago. The time Mr. Gregory had been writing his cover for the press. I too was stricken by the death of Rose, but I was not willing to push myself into killing this man, to right the wrongs inflicted on the Lancaster family. So just like the rest of you, I was haunted by this man's shadow.
But unlike us, you never agreed to participate in this. To right that wrong, so tell us, detective, what do you plan to do now?
Yes, the sins of Agos Russo had been cleansed, but only through another sin. What do you plan to do with that, detective?
I decided to lie. Me, Alejandro De Silva, detective, seeker of truth and justice, I decided to lie. It was a sin to pay for another, but to mail to the others. It was not a sin that made me feel unclean, not even the opposite, but a strange feeling of peace. It was absurd, but I didn't deny it, and most definitely didn't accept it either. But I accept this. There was no jury, no judge, definitely no executioner. It was not my place to decide whether Giovanni's death was deserved. It was also not my place to decide if these people should be tried for the act. They all had a part to play. I was only the detective. I call out to the criminals, let them deliver their sentence. But I do call them criminals, yes, but only as criminals as stated in the law. Otherwise, they were purely human in the way they reacted to Rose's death. And I dare say this, even if it labels myself a criminal for letting them go, because I accept that fact and I decided to live with it. Sometimes, the acts we commit cannot be judged by logic and law alone. I believe we must account for our emotions, for in the end, when the mind speaks, it was the heart that drives the desire to act. And in the Trinity, it was their grief-infested heart that drove them to kill Giovanni, to kill Ladrisu, and to lay Rose Lancaster's soul and the rest of the Lancasters to rest. So I write this to you, old friend, that while Mr. Gregory will be off writing the story and the scholar will be reporting Augustine's death, I tell you personally how everything unfolded before my own eyes. I write this to officially end the Lancaster system, to right my wrong to you, and to do what I could have done not so long ago, when I couldn't save your daughter. I doubt you're still living and breathing to this day, but in hopes that you are I, entrust this letter to your niece, Emily, or Amelie as I knew her. Here's to the peace I hope your family will have after this, and my condolences to your daughter and your wife. May their souls rest in peace now that they have been avenged. Your friend,
Alejandro De Silva.
Like I said, you didn't have to read it.
I had to. Needed to make sure it wasn't a warrant of
I'm
arrest.
sorry, Emily. Had I known?
Please, call me Emily now. And you don't have to apologize. You never did.
I know, but it's the least I could do for you.
Alejandro, I must ask, if me and my father did come to you and we asked you to aid us in killing Russo.
I think you already know the answer.
I see. Farewell, detective.
No. Farewell, Emmett.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, 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 go. Oh, where down we go, 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 go. So where down we go, 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 go. Way down we go. Whoa, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the fall, ooh, my heart, do you dare to look me right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause they will run you down, down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down, down till you fall. And they will run you down, down till you go. Yeah, till you can't grow no more. And where down we go, 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 go. Oh, where down we go, go, go. Say where down we go. Oh, 'cause say we run you down, down to your car. Oh, way down we go. Oh, baby, oh, baby, way down we Where down we go, 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 go. Oh, where down we go, oh, oh, oh. So where down we go, ooh, way down